Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel we cut through the hype and the noise and we give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history. And guys, it's right in front of us. Tonight, April 19th at 8:09 Eastern Standard Time, the Bitcoin halving is officially complete. So what we're going to talk about in this video is what I expect. And there's a lot of different opinions going around. None of this is financial advice. But I think what I'm going to share with you guys might make sense. But we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about the length of the halving, or the length of the bull run, and how high Bitcoin can go. We're pretty much going to talk about what I expect to happen in the next couple of months and throughout this bull run. So before we dive into it, hit that like button. All right, guys, let's go. This is a big deal, and it really is going to put a squeeze on Bitcoin, in my opinion, because the demand is growing around the world every single day, and I think it's just getting started. Anyway, if you look at the chart, it's just been going sideways all day. No pump, no dump, no nothing after the halving, which is what most people expected. Now, in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, probably even the next, say, 3 months, you're going to get a lot of volatility, is my educated guess. Now, I went through and did a couple of hours worth of research studying the charts, which I've already done before, but I was really trying to give you some alpha of what to expect based on the last halvings. And guys, for the most part, no matter how you spin it, there is no real correlation to this bull run to the past halvings. They're all different. There's nothing that I can link together to give me, a projection of what to expect for the most part. But I will tell you the conclusion I came to. Now, when you look at after the halving, for the most part, you've got minimum about 90 days of just going sideways, maybe sideways to down historically, before the bull run really kicks off. Now, obviously this whole cycle is different because Bitcoin's already made a new all-time high. Now, when you look at Bitcoin dominance, guys, it's just going up and up and up. It's getting stronger and stronger. And I'm going to tell you what the conclusion I get here in a second. But now I want you to look at something. For the people that own a lot of altcoins, most people don't even own Bitcoin, or very little, unless you're a Bitcoin maxi. But if you look at the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10 most dominant projects, now think about it, there's like 100,000 projects or more, and they're increasing every single day. Well, we've had a pretty good hit, but look at all this consolidation. Now, historically, guys, this is probably the bottom. You may get a few wicks down low, but I believe going forward, if you're waiting around for a big capitulation to buy your favorite altcoin cheaper, it's probably not going to happen historically. Now, for the people that want to keep getting in and have some money on the side, I personally believe the best thing is to get your favorite projects, whatever those are, and start dollar cost averaging in. So if you let's say you got $10,000 on the side and you deploy $2,500 today, and we wake up in a week and it's pulled back more, you can deploy more. I think that's the best way to play it. That's just my personal opinion. Now, for me, the bulk of my money going forward, now I'm still going to buy the new hot tokens and things like that with a percent of my portfolio, but I'm going to start stacking the Bitcoin ecosystem really hard, like projects like Stacks. Now Stacks is already one of my biggest bags, and it's really pulling back hard. I hope it goes down even more, but I'm going to stack more. And the reason I have conviction in the Bitcoin ecosystem is because some of the Wall Street whales and hedge fund guys have talked about, that they feel comfortable like using DeFi in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Now, I've already made a video about that in the past. I'll leave a link at the end if you want to watch it. That being said, let's talk about the length of this cycle. A lot of people believe that this might be one of the shortest bull runs. Now, the only correlation when I looked at the charts was the time from the halving to the peak of a cycle, which is roughly about like 200 days. I think it's 180 days to like 500 plus days. Now, if it's a shorter cycle, that means this bull run could be over like at the end of the year, the first quarter of next year. That being said, here's what I believe. I believe this is going to be the biggest and longest bull run in history for Bitcoin. Now, I don't know how the altcoin season is going to play out. I'm going to aggressively take profits before this year with my altcoins. Now, that being said, here's the caveat that we need to happen to really make me think that this bull run is going to be extended. We have the election coming up. If Trump wins this election, guys, one thing I know for sure is Wall Street will absolutely love that. The whole world would love that. Now, I'm not getting political. I could care less about politics. But I know one thing. Whether you like that man or you don't, that man knows how to make money, and he knows how to pump our economy. So just, once that election's over, if it's announced that he is the winner, this market will erupt, the stock market will erupt, the real estate market, everything will absolutely rip, and it will keep ripping while he's in office. I truly believe that. Now, as far as projects with, bad tokenomics and things like that, you will still have a cyclical, cycle. But I believe Bitcoin will never look back. I would say 90 days from now, wherever Bitcoin is, that will be the low. From here to then, in the next 90 days, Bitcoin will never see that price again. I could be wrong. There could be a black swan event, but I really believe no matter where Bitcoin runs to after this bull run, the days of 80% drawdown are over for Bitcoin. Now, it will not be over for the altcoins, guys. This is not financial advice, but if you don't take profits, you'll become the prophets. I truly believe that 98% of these projects are going to disappear. It may be after this bull run. It may be after the next bull run. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I truly believe it's like watching, 2000 in the .com days. Guys, it was so much like crypto, it's not even funny. If it had .com behind its name, kind of like AI right now, it exploded. And then literally, like overnight, things just disappeared and people lost a ton of money. But the good news is, what happened after that was we ended up with the major players in the world, like Microsoft and Apple and Amazon and Google and Facebook. All of that came out of the .com bubble. So that's what you're going to see in crypto, I truly believe. Now, who are going to be the winners? I don't know, and we'll keep that for another day. Anyway, for me, what I'm going to do is stack in the Bitcoin ecosystem and in the base ecosystem for the bulk of my money. There's still phenomenal projects out there, but guys, this is not financial advice. But I hope you have a game plan, and hopefully you have a list of the projects you want to stack, because right now is go time. And if you're waiting for a huge pullback, I just don't see it. Now, that is one thing we can see historically when you study the charts. For the most part, the market goes down to sideways, but there's no big dip. There may be a couple of big wicks really fast that just run some stops and stuff like that. But I really believe, the bottom's in. We're not going to go revisit the lows of the bear market or anything like that. That would be a gift. But I really believe, for the most part, we're right now at a accumulation stage, and I don't think it's going to go way down from here. Again, that gets into dollar cost averaging in. Now, if you don't have a game plan and you need some help dollar cost averaging in, or how and when to take profits, I do one-on-one coaching. It's only $250. You get 3 phone calls or Zoom calls, and guys, we'll get you squared away and you'll have a game plan. If you want some information, I'll leave a link down below. That being said, guys, take your profits or you'll become the profits. Now, for me, I really believe once this season really kicks off and we get into altcoin season, and you'll know when it gets here, guys, that means it doesn't really matter what Bitcoin is doing. Your altcoins will probably outperform Bitcoin. You'll know it when you see it. That being said, how long is it going to last? Well, if a lot, and I mean a lot of really smart people believe this is going to be a short bull run. Well, if it is, how and when are you going to take those profits? For me, and right now, I'm playing it by ear, but I do have a plan. But let's just say October, November. When I take that money out at that time, it will not go back into the crypto market, period. That being said, I will not get out of this bull run until it's absolutely over with a certain percent. Now, that is the catch-22, because let's say that I'm 80% out in, say, November, 80%, and the market keeps ripping. Most people are going to think, wow, no matter how much you got, let's just say you started with 10 and a person has 100K in November. Well, they can take it, right? But let's say, with the way I'm thinking, if that person took 80,000 out, that money won't go back in, right? So you'll have 20,000 still in the market. If the market's over and it's a short cycle, you can get out. Let's say you lose half that. You still caught 90% of the bull run. That is phenomenal, because most people watching this are not going to make any substantial gains. That's why you can make so much money in crypto, guys, because the bulk of the money, 90% of the profits, are going to go to 10% of the people. And so, when I used to work for Bear Stearns, we had a sign over the door that said, if the majority were right, the majority would be rich. Now, I want you to remember that. But now, hear me out. But here's what is going to happen. Let's say take that $80,000 out in November, and it keeps ripping. And that 20 is now worth, say, 60. It's all good, guys. It's all good. But you're going to think, wow, if I would have kept that 80 in, oh my God, that's a couple of $100,000 I would already have, more. And you might want to jump back in. But guys, here's what I want to convey to you no matter what. And this is really important. I believe you need to play the downside. Because for all of us, 100% of us are going to wake up one morning, whether that's in, say, November, if it's in March of next year, or it's at the end of 2025, which is when I hope it happens. We're going to wake up and you're going to be like 27% down in a morning. And you're going to go, oh, well, that's fine. Just a big pullback. Everything's good. And then the next day you're down about another 9%. Well, then the panic starts to kick in. But guys, you know, a week later, you're probably down 50% because the bear run or the bull run is over. We just didn't know it. Well, then the Ethereum fees are going to go ballistic. You're going to get scalped. Your exchange may shut down or block you. Uniswap might not, you know, let you do trades, and you're going to just get hammered. Next thing you know, bull run's over, and you're already down 50, 60%. And that's when the crying and the praying and all that stuff happens. So for me, I want to play the downside. Now, yes, some people are going to pull the plug, very, very few, almost at the peak, right? They're just going to go, hey, I'm not selling yet, I'm not selling yet, not selling yet. And maybe they decide to sell, you know, a week before that 29% drawdown in a morning, right? That's going to be the very, very, very lucky few. Anyway, guys, I'm just rambling on, but it is a good day. Here's the good news, in my opinion. Now, it's not financial advice. There will be a huge bull run, and there will be a massive altcoin season. So the good news is that 2 years of pain is pretty much over. So even if you start dollar cost averaging down now, or you already stacked your bags, it's just a matter of time. Maybe it's 90 days, but realistically, guys, if you study the charts, you know, you might be looking more toward 100 days or more before everything really, really starts to explode. We just don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section. But guys, I truly believe that if we win, if Trump wins that election, right, this market's going to absolutely explode. On the other hand, if the Democrats win this election, whew, good luck to us all. Take profits hard. That's not financial advice. But guys, we'll be in trouble. We really will. But I'm going to be positive. I think this is going to be the biggest, longest bull run the world's ever seen. I really, really do. Especially for Bitcoin and the very, very top projects. Alright guys, that's all I got. Hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But either way, come back and be part of this community. Take care, guys.